So uh, what does this report consider that are relevant for social issues? So here I have a statement from the GRI sustainability standards that are kind of the rules that organizations follow around the world to report on sustainability. So it says that a report should include things or should include aspects that are related to this. So it should include things about the organization's leadership structure and how it takes into consideration skills and diversity. And this is very important. So here, the focus of this is that the sustainability report should show that the organization has, for instance, range of backgrounds, like it has different cultures, gender, competence, experience, different ages, a lot of things about people, right? So it's, and also it's like you have to consider the structure of the organization. So isn't, you can't say that you are being sustainable by including different cultures, but only at low levels. You have to be sustainable by including different cultures, different genders, different um, levels of experience at also different organizational levels. So that's something important. Also, you, in the report, you need to show what are the processes that you include in your organization. So it's important that you reveal on the report, how do you hire new people? How do you hire new employees? And how do you keep them in the organization? How do you evaluate their performance? That's also something important. And and this is also important as well. It's like it says that how is the organizational culture reflected in the in in every aspect of the organization. So how do you deal with I don't know, like ethical dilemmas, or how do you deal with decision making in different perspectives, different contexts? That's also something interesting. Like how do you solve problems? I think that's something that you can reveal. Like that's something that they see it as a social issue. So kind of a summary, social issues are how does the organization miss structure? Like it, I mean, like, do you have only white people, or do you have like a mix of races in your or racial backgrounds in the organization? Also, like, is there a mix of different people, genders, racial backgrounds at different levels of the organization? And also, how do you solve social issues in the organization? I think that's very important. That's something that they talk about in here. So when we are talking about what what should I report in my report, you should talk about these kind of things. You should report that you have different types of people, that you are including a lot of different people in the organization at different levels, and that you are showing the reader how do you hire new people, how do you evaluate your people, and how do you solve problems. It's basically these three things. So you describe what's going on in the organization, you describe how do you hire and evaluate people, and you describe how do you solve any problem related to social issues. So again, if I talk about a few examples, or if I'm being more concrete about social issues, I can maybe summarize them in these kind of things: gender equality, human rights, multicultural backgrounds, religion freedom, awareness on employees, and empowerment. So I want to reveal all of these things in describing the structure of the organization, in describing the processes of the organization, and in describing how this organization is solving problems related to all of this, right? So I think this can give you a hint of how to build your report. So if you are doing something right on gender equality, like maybe you have 50% and 50% male and female, and even you're including other non-binary genders, maybe you can include that in your report as part of this, of the structure. If you want to show how can your organization solve an issue related to gender equality, like maybe there was a case of discrimination and the organization was able to solve it, you can also report that. And also maybe you can report how gender equality is important in the way that you hire new employees, and maybe you can report that here as well. So those are examples of how you can report and what you should report. So I think I will start this video in here.